Brock Travelstead will kick off for the Cardinals. And Xavier Brown, exciting young running back, standing by at his goal line. Toe meets leather, we're underway. Travelstead will send it into the arms of Brown. And he takes a knee. And that's where we will begin with Anthony Calandria. In a quarterback battle all summer long, won it. And now he's the starting quarterback here for the Wahoos.
Yeah, and he's so explosive with his arm and his leg. He had a fantastic game last week, 179 yards through the air, 23 on the ground. And his maturity point is, hey, when you make good decisions consistently, he can have that live arm. He can get the ball to his wide receivers. It's just you can't put the ball in harm's way. He's been good in the last couple games.
Yeah, their only loss of this season to Maryland on this field. He had 2 interceptions and lost a fumble. Back to throw on first down. Has time, goes through his regression. One-handed catch, but just going to be out of bounds. Outstanding grab by Andre Green, and Virginia's going to need to get a lot more out of this receiving corps because they're going to be without Chris Tyree and without Harris, another one of the starting wide receivers for them.
Yeah, and Andre Green, he's a guy who was that was close.
That was really close.
And Andre Green, he transferred in from UNC and really had his first game last week. He impressed with 4 catches. It's like they're not going to look at that.
They are looking at it, and now they want to look at it a little bit closer. Tim Hedgepeth is our referee today, and William Scott up in the replay booth rather, going to take a look at this one, and we're going to take another look at it as well. Andre Green went up to get it.
Another big wide receiver, 6'2", 197, out of Richmond, Virginia. And let's see, that right there, he has possession, and it looks like that left foot is in bounds. You see that when it first touches that left hand, he doesn't have control of the football. But then once he secures it with both hands here, now the ball's coming in. You secure it with both hands, and then that left foot still looks like it's in the green.
Yeah, I think that first angle is going to be the best one to look at. This one right here, to your point, doesn't have it yet. Brings it in. It's still not a catch.
Right there.
And that left foot looks like it's in. Crowd here at Scott Stadium reacting to the Jumbotron. That's going to be the best look at it, and that's what our replay official, William Scott, is looking at.
The ruling on the field stands. Second down.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hey. We're starting early, baby. We'll see what's going on.
It's a little bit of a head scratcher, but apparently there wasn't enough in replay official's mind to overturn it. Second down and 10. Give to Kobe Pace. Sheds one tackler, bounces it outside. Going to be just about a yard shy of picking up the first down. Corey Thornton coming up from his cornerback spot to make the tackle. Virginia wants to go quickly. Calandria keeps it. He'll get the first down and plenty more. Inside of Louisville territory before sliding down at the 46. 20 yards on the run for Calandria.
They don't want to have a lot of designed runs for Anthony Calandria, but this is just a pure read. He reads the defensive end, pulls it, and gets a nice block on the outside. You see here, look, he's reading 41, Raymond Puryear, and just pulls it on the outside, and there's no one home as Louisville was in man-to-man coverage. Great run by Anthony Calandria.
Pace. No, Calandria keeps it on the right side. Another big run for Calandria. That's 13 yards, so 20 yards and 13 yards on consecutive snaps for the Virginia quarterback. Cavaliers still want to go quickly. Calandria to throw. Pressure comes up the middle. Has a tight end. Jukes one tackler. Still on his feet. Down inside the 20. That's Tyler Neville. Neville, the transfer from Harvard, has a great story and in graduate school here at Virginia. He's been a huge get for them in the transfer portal.
And you hit him with 2 runs on the poles, and then Louisville sends pressure Really good job of replacing the pressure with the football by Calandria, hitting his tight end for a first down.
First drive of the game for the Wahoos, now in the red zone. Calandria has his receiver gain of about 6 or 7. Corey Thornton did a nice job from his cornerback spot to bring down Malachi Fields.
Well, Louisville defensively have started slow over the last 2 games. That was a huge issue against Notre Dame. Did not come out of the gates looking very good on defense. Same thing last week versus SMU. They gave up a ton of points in the first quarter. This does not look like it's been fixed on Louisville's defensive side.
Movement up front. Now we'll get flags.
Offside. Toss of the offense to the act. Defense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Jared Dawson, big 6'2", 305, redshirt junior out of Collinsville, Tennessee.
Just, a mistake defensively. The last 2 games, they've given up 35 first quarter points. And UVA is able to drive the ball easily down the field on the opening drive.
An extra 5 yards. Pace just muscling his way down near the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Pace began his career at Clemson, transferred to be with his running back coach and offensive coordinator at Clemson, Tony Elliott, when Elliott made the move to become the head coach here at Virginia. First and goal for the Cavaliers. Calandria to throw. Again, it's Neville. He's going to be driven back, though, to Marion McDonald leading the charge for the Cardinals.
Yes, defensive backfield for the Cardinals. A lot of transfers coming in. to Marion McDonald, one of them from Tennessee. He has 2 sacks on the season. Loves playing behind the line of scrimmage. Made a great play on that screen. We talk about Louisville not starting very fast defensively. Virginia also not a lot of success in the first quarter. Last week versus Boston College went down 14-0 early.
Pace down near the goal line, just can't quite put it past. Again, McDonald on the tackle, stopped at the 2. TJ Quinn helping out, and it'll bring up third and goal. Both of these head coaches during the week, Mark, talked about finishing drives with touchdowns, not field goals. Well, this is a perfect example right here of trying to get that done.
And both of them also talked about winning on short yardage plays. And this right now, you have the option of having maybe possibly 2 short yardage plays, but you want to get in the end zone here from the 2.
So they bring in Grady Brosterhouse. And we'll see what they call the Grady bunch, I'm sure. Trying to muscle his way in, hadn't gotten there yet, and he isn't going to get there. McDonald again coming up from that safety spot to make the tackle. It's 4th and goal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go and now they do the normal Grady Brosterhouse tush push, right? Anytime he comes in, usually it's a 1-yard play. You get the old Eagles tush push. That was a different wrinkle we haven't seen from Brosterhouse, but here they go. They're lining up for it right now.
The crowd knows it. The Grady bunch, he's in. Ball came out late, but the official on the near side, the head linesman, already ruled it a touchdown.
And how cool is it when you get that shot and you get all 22 players in that little rectangle on your screen? Everybody was lined up in there, and you see the ball came out late, but already had been signaled a touchdown. What an opening drive for the Cavaliers.
That big old Ugananana, 310-pound fullback. Pushing Brosterhouse in. And they're going to continue to look at it. Remember, the ball came out. I don't think it's a question of the ball coming out. I think it's a question of whether did he break the plane already before the ball came out. And I think that's what they're going to stick with, the original call. Will Bettridge's PAT is good. Virginia takes the opening kick to Anthony Calandria. The drive was finished off by Grady Brosterhouse.
And they did it exactly how they wanted to do it. You know, they just moved the ball downfield, 4 first downs on the drive. They had an explosive play with the long run by Anthony Calandria, and then they converted on, you know, a short yardage. I mean, everything that Virginia wanted to do on the opening drive, they did on that one.
Daniel Sparks to kick off. This one will sail out of the back of the end zone. Tyler Shuck, the well-traveled senior, now at the helm for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and he's been playing like a vet as well. You know, 13 touchdowns on the year, only 2 interceptions. He protects the football. He throws an amazing deep ball, and he loves having Ja'Cory Brooks on the outside, laying the ball out in front of him. Gets Chris Bell involved. Cullen Lacey came back last week for them at wide receiver. They have a lot of weapons on this offense.
They give up the middle, give him about 3 yards. That time it was Isaac Brown. Watch number 25, the true freshman, highly recruited kid, 4 stars out of Homestead, Florida. He's become their lead back. Brooks in motion to the top of your screen. Brown, look at that move. Into the open field. Stiff arms the defender. Jonas Sanker finally brought him down, but that's a 20-yard gain, and that just shows you the talent of Isaac Brown right there.
Yeah, this is a pro-style offense, and the way they're going to do it, they're going to get a lot of motion, a lot of shifts and adjustments. That time the tight end came across, and the linebackers did not adjust properly.
Riding Brown here early. It's about 5.
And watch what I'm talking about. They're going to bring a blocker back across here, and these linebackers do not adjust over, and that's where the hole comes. Really good job. Just, linebacker missed in the hole. Really good job by the offensive line washing down the Cavalier defense.
Shuck to throw. First time today. Has all kinds of time. Goes through his reads. That's Lacey on the far side. Pick up only a couple. Sanker again on the tackle. Sanker, who defensive coordinator John Radzinski said is the best football player on this team.
Yeah, he said he's the most physically gifted athlete. He's a great leader. He's just an unbelievable player on the back end.
Third and 4, empty backfield for Shuck. Got some movement. This will be a first down if it's against Virginia. It is not. Louisville flinched on the offensive line. It's now 3rd and 9.
There's Jonathan Mendoza, the transfer from Yale, just flinches and will lean back. He just leans, and Cam Butler all geared up to take off. This is not an offensive line who has done well against pressure, especially on 3rd and long.
As time has a receiver for the first down. And that was Chris Bell, big receiver, 6'2", 220 pounds. Give to Cheney. Bounces it to the outside. Finally brought down after a gain of about 7. Caleb Hardy, who's filling in for Antonio Clary today at strong safety. Clary out with an injury. There you see Cheney lost a shoe. So Isaac Brown back in for the Cards. Fake to Brown, quickly out to Brooks. He makes the catch. Picks up enough to move the sticks.
And Jam Jackson, the corner, the transfer from Robert Morris, was giving some cushion to Ja'Cory Brooks. And with that speed on the outside, it'll be interesting to see how these corners for Virginia play Ja'Cory Brooks. They're not going to switch and travel with him. They're going to play boundary and field. That time, Jam Jackson gave up just the quick first down throw.
Shuck to throw out of the backfield, finds Brown. Just can't connect. Had him open. Brown just dropped it.
Yeah, Brown's usually a short-handed receiver. Out of the backfield, had 5 catches a week ago. This true freshman, they cannot talk about him enough. They want to get him the ball in space. Said they need to get him plenty of touches in this game. He averages 9.3 yards per carry. It's 5th in the nation.
He'd have had plenty of space had he squeezed that one. Couldn't bring it in, though. 2nd down and 10. Shuck steps up. Well defended. Sanker.
A play by Jonas Sanker. Coming from the safety position. He sees the route concept. He knows when the football is going to be released. He identifies it, comes downhill, and great job of making a play on the football. If he went through the back of the receiver, it would have been a clear pass interference. But he dives over tops and makes an excellent play.
Crowd on their feet here at Scott, 3rd and 10. Empty backfield for Shuck. Virginia brings just 4. He has time, steps up. Now he has room to run. Sanker finally drives him out of bounds. He's near the 1st down marker. He's right at it. Let's see where they end up marking it. I think it's going to be a 1st down. It is.
What a gutsy play by Tyler Shuck. Well, Tyler Shuck does not like running the football and taking hits. He is in his 7th year because he has had multiple season-ending injuries. They're very careful with him, but he understood the situation. 3rd and 10. Look, I got to get this. Great job, great effort by him to beat Jonas Sanker to the sideline.
Replay is going to take a look at that spot. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back here in Virginia when we come back. But I don't think he's That last run by Tyler Shuck was reviewed, and they've moved the ball back, so it's now 4th and 1. Here it is.
See his feet go out of bounds, and the ball is, looks like right at the 19-yard line, and that's where they're going to spot the football, about a yard short. And 4th down conversions have been difficult for Louisville in the last 2 games. They were 1 for 5 on 4th down versus Notre Dame, and then they missed a key 4th and 1 last week versus SMU. Looks like they're bringing their offense out in the field to try to pick this one up.
You see by that spot, it is a full 1 yard that Louisville's got to make to keep this drive alive. Isaac Brown is in the backfield with a big old fullback in front of him. Shuck under center. The give is to Brown. Cut down before he got to the marker. Beautiful play by Cam Robinson.
What a play by Cam Robinson, the true sophomore linebacker. He diagnoses this play perfectly. Watch his anticipation and the acceleration downhill. He just goes right behind the puller and the fullback. Massive play on 4th down, and Louisville's 4th down woes continue as they opt not to take the 3 points. Big stop for Virginia.
Yep. More red zone woes for Louisville. Both these teams came in unhappy with what they've done in the red zone and in short yardage situations, and so far Virginia has gotten the upper hand. This time Louisville on the upper hand on that handoff, though Pace had nowhere to go. Swallowed up by Thor Griffith.
Awesome name, Thor Griffith.
Correct. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So
if you name
good.
your son Thor, he's going to be a bad dude like Thor Griffith.
Yeah, and he also graduated from Harvard, so.
Right. You could have named him Eugene and it would have been the same thing.
Right, just the man. Great play there, too.
Loss of 2 on the play. The fake to Brown. Calandria has time. Nice catch by Malachi. Fields off and running.
Well, he was one-on-one on the outside with the top cornerback up from Louisville, Quincy Riley. And Malachi, he's just so big and so strong. The ball is thrown perfectly on the outside. And with a 6'4", 220-pound body, he's able to reel that in and get upfield. That was a massive play. Look at, he averages 14.7 yards per reception this year.
I love those hands, too, by Malachi Fields. Some great receivers just snatch that ball out of the air. Calandria now, the draw play. Brought down right near midfield. Desmond Tell on the tackle. They're going to mark it just shy of the 50.
I don't know about you. I just love watching Anthony Calandria play football. I mean, he feels like that younger brother who comes out on the field, like when you're playing flag pickup football or something. And he's like, hey, I can throw the football. And you give him the ball, and he dominates the game. And, he's so young in his career, and just watching the explosive nature that he has in his game, just so fun.
Deep to Xavier Brown. He shows a little shake and bake in the hole. Picks up the 1st down. Calandria. That time Fields couldn't bring it in. Just a little bit out of his reach.
Yeah, he probably should have brought that one in. Talk about Malachi Fields and just imposing will on people. He is just a monster. He's on Bruce Feldman's freak list. Close grip benched 365 and ran 22 miles per hour on the GPS, not to mention a 355-pound front squat. That dude is a man.
Calandria swings it out. That play looked doomed from the start as the Cardinals were quick to track it down. Antonio Watts. Bringing down Jaden Gibson. 3rd and long now.
Louisville's defense, they're first in the ACC, only giving up 27% on 3rd downs. 7th in the nation.
Louisville showed pressure, they back out of it. They bring just 4 and they get there anyways. And that is music to the ears of Cardinal fans as Ashton Gelati picks up just his 2nd sack of the year, and it's a big one. It'll thwart this drive.
Yeah, he's working on Mikhail Boley, and he just uses speed on the outside. Good job with his hands right here. The chop move, chop and rip. And Ashton Gelati, he has had a phenomenal career at Louisville. That's only his 2nd sack of the year, but he had 11 sacks in 13 games last season. Slow start to this year, but he is that capable of getting a sack every single time.
Daniel Sparks, high punt. Amari Huggins-Bruce is going to try and return it from his own 14, and he'll be driven out of bounds right there. Cardinals get it back, trailing 7 here in Charlottesville. 4th down in the red zone. Now looking to get back into that territory with Tyler Shough at the helm. Play action, pressure up the middle. Shough avoids it. Now he goes down. That's, I think, to your point earlier, is he missed the better part of the last 3 seasons at Texas Tech with injuries, and he's just not going to take anything to chance at this point.
I think so much of college football now, you see mobile quarterbacks. I mean, it's just very rare that you have a quarterback who, is not going to try to run that. But that's what Tyler Shough's game is, and he's a phenomenal thrower. So it's interesting. I mean, the style of offense that the Braun brothers have implemented too is more of that pro-style offense where he can sit in the pocket and distribute the football.
Lost 3 on the play. Flag down. Now they'll blow it dead.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 1. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. 2nd down. Correction, 5-yard penalty.
Ja'Cory Brooks, the guilty party. 3rd penalty of the day against Louisville. This will move him back even further, 5 more yards. They are literally under the shadow of their own goalpost.
I like that. Look at that.
Thanks. It's actually the light stanchion, but why ruin a good story here? That's Watson. Another freshman running back gets loose. He makes up almost all of the yards lost in terms of picking up a 1st down. Got a flagged in the backfield. Let's check that marker.
Penalty markers trying to ruin a good story.
They're ruining a good story for Duke Watson. That was a heck of a run. And they're coming back again.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block. Offense, number 0. The penalty is enforced, half the distance to the goal. Repeat 2nd down.
That was Chris Bell. It'll be half the distance.
And it's on. He did it against Jonas Sanker. He's coming down from the safety position. You see it on the left, right there.
Oh, that could have been even worse than just the 15-yarder there.
That wasn't really blindside, but it could have been targeted.
Yes. Final couple of seconds here this 1st quarter. Shough moves the pocket. That's Brooks. He'll be tackled right after he catches it, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter.
Regroup, come together, play much harder, and execute better.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Appreciate that, Coley. Coach, got to regroup here on 3rd and long from their own 12-yard line. Kewan Brown in the backfield with Tyler Shough, and he'll look to throw. Virginia brings just 4, so Shough has time and has a receiver just beyond the outstretched hands of Colin Lacey, and that's incomplete.
Difficult route, difficult throw, and almost got it there. Good job by the coverage, forcing the player to the sideline, just right there. Really well thrown ball football. Just unable to come away with it. It was a good job by Caleb Hardy, who's filling in for the injured Antonio Clary today.
means Carter Schwartz in Louisville will punt it away. Ethan Davies from his own 40. They lose the first tackler, gets it close to midfield, and that's where Virginia will take over. Coming up next, the ACC Huddle crew will be in Raleigh, bringing you highlights of the quick breakdowns of all the afternoon games, including this game in Chapel Hill that just went final. Looks like the Yellow Jackets outlasted the Tar Heels. Get you set for Syracuse at NC State tonight. Then don't forget, after that game, a full recap of the entire day in the ACC on the gridiron, including a recap of this game right now, and Virginia with the early lead. Obviously a lot of football yet to be played, but Clemson got the easy win earlier today against Wake Forest. This Virginia team heads to Death Valley next week to take on Clemson. Could be a showdown upstate. Calandria pressed and just had to throw this one away. Tramel Logan supplying the pressure.
Yeah, how about that closing speed by Tramel Logan? And Anthony Calandria is a fast quarterback, and you see him coming off the edge, and man, he just closes down on the quarterback. Good job getting pressure.
Logan, one of a number of players on this Louisville defense that transferred in the offseason. Him coming from USF. All kinds of movement. Everybody's moving. And everyone's pointing. This one will come back 5 yards. Penalties affecting both teams early on today.
And Virginia is the least penalized team in the ACC coming into today, and a bunch of people moving. Mikhail Boley was one of them. He came back last week. He was hurt for the beginning first 4 games of the season. They're happy to have their left tackle back.
Pressure. Calandria again forced out of the pocket. He's going to keep it. Gets a good block on the edge. Finally banged out of bounds. Good job by Xavier Brown. Give him a little bit of a wall and get him 9 yards downfield.
Yeah, and it looked like that was supposed to be like a swing screen to the running back with how fast the defensive lineman got through. You know, Anthony Calandria was looking downfield, but all the wide receivers were blocking. A little bit of miscommunication there. But you see Calandria's athleticism to get back to the line of scrimmage and get a few yards. They'll bring up 3rd down and long. Remember, last 3rd and long, Ashton Gelati got into the backfield, got the sack on Calandria. Here he is right here to the top of the screen.
3rd down and 6. The give is to Brown, and he won't get anywhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jordan Garrod with a nice tackle.
Yeah, a slow developing counterplay, and defensive line did a great job of containing that run. Kind of a back and forth game here after that opening drive by Virginia.
Daniel Sparks will look to pin the Cards deep. Low kick. That had to hit somebody.
That might hit a Cardinal, too. You got to pick that ball up.
And a Cardinal came up to make the recovery at the 27-yard line.
If that ball's kicked and hits a Cardinal, the blocker first.
Smart play by Colin Lacey to fall on it. Let's see if who it hit first. It hit a bunch. I mean, it went right into the mass of humanity going downfield. Hard to see from that one whether it hit a Cavalier or a Cardinal. Either way, at that point in time, you got to fall on it. Let's take another look at that during the break. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be back to Virginia after this. Look at this knuckler from Sparks. Doesn't get much more than 10 feet above the ground.
You see Smith, number 4 for UVA. It hits him right in the back of the head. Boom! And then ricochets off of a Louisville player.
So it made that scramble for the ball academic. Should have been, the ball should have been marked down right where it hit that Virginia player first. Either way, it's still a Louisville ball. They'll scrimmage 1st and 10 from the 28. Fake to Brown. Shuck rolls right. Receiver wide open downfield. Lacey makes the catch, falls forward down to the 49.
Throw by Tyler Shuck. He's not necessarily a runner, but he throws really well on the run, moving outside the pocket and just lays it in there perfectly for Cullen Lacey.
Fake to Brown again. Shuck outside. Brooks picks up a quick 9. Jam Jackson on coverage. Now Louisville wants to move quickly.
And you're seeing the corners again. They're going to allow Ja'Cory Brooks to catch those 5-yard pitch routes. They just do not want to get beat deep with his elite speed.
Just as I say that, Louisville huddles.
This would be a great spot, though, to take a shot deep. 2nd and 1 in enemy territory.
Instead, going to keep it on the ground. Big run up the middle, though. Trey McDonald finally making the stop, but Isaac Brown showing that quickness through the hole and that top end speed to get 13 yards.
Yeah, good block by Jamari Johnson, the tight end, sealing the edge, and James Jackson, the linebacker, overruns the play. Big pickup on 1st down. Or 2nd down, excuse me.
It's 1st down now. Shuck has time. Now being flushed from the pocket, tried to get it to a tailback on the edge. It just goes through the arms of Isaac Brown. Corey Thomas was going to be right there to lay the wood on him if he did bring it in.
Yeah, and Shuck missed one. You can see as this play develops, watch right in the middle of the screen, right in here, he has a wide open Chris Bell, just unable to see his receiver. That'd have been an easy touchdown.
As it is 2nd down and 10. Brown cuts it back inside the 10, brought down at the 7. Man, he is shifty.
He sure is, and great job by the offensive line. Look at the right side blocking, getting the double team up to the 2nd level, and just a missed tackle by James Jackson. We talked about how Virginia was winning these games this year, and it's limiting missed tackles. Their one loss versus Maryland, 16 missed tackles, and allowed big runs like that.
2nd time in the red zone for the Cardinals. 1st time they turned it over on downs. Brown inside, he'll score easily.
Another great job blocking by the room for little kids to roll down the hill, and that's been fun to watch. Getting all dirty and grassy, and you get off the hill and you're itching for the rest of the day until you shower.
Sanker loses it. Now he's just going to take a knee smartly in the end zone. Let's see how Virginia responds. Landry and company taking the field. Let's see what Virginia has done with the football. That first drive of the game marched right down the field. Have had limited success since. Brown just lowers his shoulder and powers his way for about 4. Purrier on the stop.
Purrier's interesting story. Former walk-on, currently in his 57th game for Louisville, and he has 2 fumble recoveries that he's returned for touchdowns this year. He's a scoring machine.
More touchdowns than Xavier Brown, the feature back for the Virginia Cavaliers, has on the season. Though Brown's getting a lot of run today, he's looking to change that. Calandria keeps it. 1st down.
This is just the zone read done so well. And Calandria knows where the eyes are supposed to be. He does a good job of placing it in the chest of his running back and breaks a big one.
This time he hands it to Brown. Powers his way close to a first down. Still going. He's going to be about a yard shy. Tramel Logan, one of a number of Cardinals who felt the impact of Brown. And he's not a really big back. You know, he's not that quintessential power. Both these teams have guys that are 5'9", 190, 195 pounds that show a lot of power that belies their size.
Well, you know, force equals mass times acceleration. So when you have that type of acceleration, it trumps maybe the bigger size.
Although on that play, that was all Cardinals up front. Bigger size trumped the very little acceleration that Brown was able to get before he got to the line of scrimmage. Now it's 3rd and 2 after he lost a yard. Virginia brings in Kobe Pace. The bigger back in this backfield. He'll take the handoff. First down and more. Stays on his feet. Brought down after he picked up an extra yard or two. Purrier making the stop.
Seeing great blocks from these tight ends. Watching the left side of the screen, Tyler Neville, number 16. He just washes down the defensive end.
Got an injured player on the field, which means that Jack Whitmer, who started the first 4 games of the year for Virginia, will be back in at left tackle. Isaac Brown has found some room running the football for Louisville, as you saw. So has Calandria. Now he's looking to throw it. Now he's going deep off his back foot. Intercepted. No, incomplete. Initially, Quincy Riley looked like he was going to squeeze it, but it falls incomplete at the goal line. Trying to get it to Andre Green. Again, utilizing some of that speed on the outside.
Well, this is one that Anthony Calandria lets go as he's falling back with pressure in his face and into double coverage. I mean, you know, that should have and could have been intercepted by the 5th-year senior Quincy Riley. Those are the type of plays that Tony Elliott and Des Kitchens just go to their quarterback and say, look, we can't put you out there if you're going to do that. He takes a hit at the end. His helmet comes off, so Tony Muskett is in the game right now at quarterback. But either way, they're talking to Calandria on the sideline right now. They say, look, okay, we're going to call these deep shots, but you can't throw it into double coverage off your back foot.
Jordan Gerard hammered Calandria. His helmet falling off. That means Tony Muskett is in on a 2nd down and 10 play. Give it to Pace. He's close to picking up another first down. He'll be about a yard shy. Benjamin Perry on the tackle for Louisville. Both Brown and Pace are finding, and Calandria are finding some room to run here in this first half for Virginia.
Breaking tackles in the hole, making big gaps to clear up the picture for the running backs. Really good job by this offensive line that really have grown up in this Virginia system. Nobody on this team and the offensive line has transferred in this year.
Calandria keeping. He's got to beat a man on the corner. Beats him just enough to move the sticks. Calandria picked up about 4 on his own. First down.
This offensive line returns a bunch of starters from last year, a bunch of guys who, again, as I said, grew up in the system. The only one who transferred in was Brian Stevens. That was before last year. So this whole group has played together for an entire year.
Pressure up the middle. Hits a receiver, Gibson. Gets hit hard right about the line of scrimmage, no gain. Coley, what do you got for us?
Well, Chris, I looked for a second as if left tackle Mikhail Boley was about to come back in the game for Virginia. He just came out of the medical tent. He had his knee brace that is on his right knee readjusted. It's now outside of his pads. He had his helmet on, like I said, looked like he was coming in, but he is now taking that helmet off, and the Cavaliers may be without him.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on 52. They're already without a couple of receivers, Chris Tyree and Trell Harris today. Pace. Big holes in the middle of this line, Mark, for these Virginia running backs to run through, and a late flag all the way from the referee behind the play.
Offense number 55, 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That one's going to go against the center, Brian Stevens. And another Virginia Cavalier player is hurt. And that may be Pace, the ball carrier. It is. And there you see Tony Elliott with the headset on, looking obviously concerned, as he's already had injuries, as we just mentioned, injury situations with this offense coming in. So happy to get Boley back. He talked about how the impact of that was immeasurable. Now he may lose him, and he may use his starting tailback, Kobe Pace. Good to see him run off the field.
And you look at 55 right here. That's who the hold's going to be on. It's Brian Stevens as he works up to the linebacker. You see him grab that under that shoulder pad on Stanquan Clark. Good call by the officials, negating a big run by Kobe Pace. And see how he gets bent backwards under that pile.
Yeah, even Ty Furnish got bent backwards. He's all right. Pace is the one who had to leave the field. Calandria, pump fake. Now he hits his tight end, Neville. Taking a big shot, falls forward to pick up 7.
What a play by Anthony Calandria. Louisville comes out of their stance. They read screen. They read high hats by the O lineman, and watch, get their hand in the way, and then he just pumps it, gets the D lineman to jump, and still converts it for a modest gain. And now he's going to have his work cut out for him on 3rd and long.
Tailback Xavier Brown is split at the bottom of your screen. Louisville brings pressure off the edge. Nice pitch and catch right at the yard to gain. It's going to be close. That was Malachi Fields on the receiving end. He's made a couple of tough catches today in traffic, and it's going to be a 1st down. Virginia moving quickly. That ball gets to the receiver as Neville had to fall back to make the catch. Officials were late to move the chains and spot the ball, but they did. Now we're going. We're off and going. 2nd down and 6. Calandria, the magician, avoids the sack, and he's just going to have to throw this one away.
Talk about fast pace. I mean, that was back-to-back plays on the 3rd and long. Great job by Malachi Fields getting open, and really well-thrown football by Calandria. And then Calandria, runs the line of scrimmage. Let's go. We're going to throw the football. They get that one, and now that actually was a 1st down by Malachi Fields. Right. And so it was a 1st down throw. And then that play, now that'll bring up 3rd down again.
And it's the 14th play of this drive. So another long drive being orchestrated by Calandria down the field, but they got to convert here on 3rd and 6 to keep it going. Has time again. The tight end makes the catch at the 11. And a flag laid again behind the play. McDonald was covering Neville, but Neville with outstanding hands to bring it in. Let's check the marker. Tim Hedgesmith and his crew have been busy in this 1st half.
The rule on the field is a catch by the offense after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 98, his first of the game. The penalty is enforced, half the distance to the goal from the end of the play, automatic 1st down.
Donna J. Green, the guilty party, and that'll be half the distance and a 1st down.
Man, and that is a killer. Watch this with Donajay Green. You see him right there, number 98. Yep, you can't throw punches to faces. That'll get it every time. Undisciplined play by this Ron English defense.
Pop pass, nice. Defended nicely by Louisville. Big loss is Stanquan Clark, the sophomore from Miami, with the TFL. 7 yards on the loss.
And And that was the opposite. That was a disciplined play by Stanquan Clark, getting his eyes in the right spot, making a play in the backfield. Stanquan Clark, his first year really starting for this defense. He's had a phenomenal start to this year. Sophomore out of Miami. Played sparingly last year. Really got the starting job in camp, and he's been good for this linebacking corps.
They'll motion Brown out of the backfield, and Coach Elliott saw something he didn't like, wants a timeout to talk things over. First timeout of the half for the Cavaliers. Calandria will head over to the sideline, and while they talk things over, let me remind you about next Wednesday's featured women's volleyball matchup. Got a pair of highly ranked teams when 15th ranked SMU plays number 5 Stanford, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, right here on the ACC network. And as always, you can check it out on the ESPN app. We have had a lot of yardage in this first half, up and down the field. Both teams have had a little bit of a difficult time finishing up these drives, and now it's Virginia's turn. Can they put it in the end zone, now facing a 2nd and goal after the loss all the way back at their 13?
And really big game so far. Tyler Neville, the tight end, he has 5 catches and really has been the go-to guy for Calandria in the passing game.
He's in the backfield now along with Xavier Brown. Calandria comes up to the line, changes it up, presumably. Stretch it to Brown. Maybe picks up a couple. Desmond Tell and this Louisville defensive front starting to bow their necks a little bit.
This is a long 3rd down. You got to get in the end zone here, and the main coaching point has got to be do not turn the ball over, put the ball in harm's way. I mean, right now, this is going to be a very unlikely conversion. 3rd and 13, and you can settle for a field goal. You just cannot turn the ball over.
Calandria to throw. Has time. Now he steps up. He'll run it himself. Can he get there? No, he takes a big hit inside the 5 and dropped it to 4. Stanquan Clark saw that 6 foot, 183-pound quarterback coming toward him and delivered the hit.
Man, he took a shot at the end of that play. I don't know, it might be number 14.
Like that was Corey Thornton, right? And they may go for it here. The offense is still on the field. Calandria rolls the pocket, looking to the end zone. Receiver, contact in the end zone, but no flag. Trying to get the man who was in motion. That was Cam Courtney. A lot of contact there in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Chris. I don't know if I like that call. It was not 4th and 1. It was a 4th and 3. And, you see that, there's contact. The ball really thrown pretty far outside. I don't know if it would have been catchable anyways, but you're 4th and 3. I mean, if you kick a field goal here, you go up, possibly going into half. This is a low-scoring game so far. If it was me, I would have taken the points in that situation.
Tony Elliott out of the timeout, opting to go for it. Doesn't work in his favor. Now let's see what Louisville wants to do here at 2:24. Got all 3 timeouts on the board. They're starting from their own 3. Shuck under center. Can you get it to Brown? And he picks up a couple. Jameer Carter in on the tackle.
Really good play by James Jackson, the linebacker. Scraped over top really well. Traveled a long way to get a hit on that ball carrier.
We'll also have the 2-minute timeout, which comes your way right now. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with 2 minutes left to go in this first half. Louisville and Virginia on the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report. We got 2 minutes left to go here in this first half. 2nd down and 8 for the Cardinals. trying to get out of trouble here deep in their own territory so we can see what they can do with this 2-minute offense. And that'll help, but it'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Cam Butler on the tackle. Isaac Brown. Brown's had a big first half. 70 yards on the ground and a score. This is a big play.
This is a huge play, especially after Virginia got stopped down on the 3-yard line. If the Virginia defense can get the ball back to their that'd be a huge win for the Cavaliers.
Still got a couple of timeouts on the board as well. Chaney in the backfield with Shuck. Shuck to throw, has time, has a receiver. Brooks makes the catch. Right on the edge of that shadow here at Scott Stadium. Let's see where they put it down.
And that was an unbelievable job by the linebacker Cam Robinson in his zone drop to tackle Ja'Cory Brooks, the star wide receiver for Louisville.
He's going to be shy of the 1st down, and Virginia calls a timeout.
And take a look. It looks like that ball crosses over that 13-yard line. An impressive tackle by Cam Robinson, nonetheless.
Yeah, it looks like that ball is right on the 13 mark in terms of when he goes down awkwardly. It's good to see Ja'Cory Brooks get up after that tackle.
Prior to the charge timeout, the previous play went under further review. Virginia is not charged with a timeout.
So the officials and William Scott, our replay official, will take a look at this, put the timeout back on the board for the Wahoos, and determine where this ball should be marked.
See, the line to gain on the chain might be around like that 13.5-yard line.
It's marked right now at the 17.5-yard line. So I think they're going to move it forward a little bit. I mean, that ball is maybe even on the 19-yard side of the 18-yard line. Or 13, rather. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, 13-yard line. So I think it should be on the 13. Don't you think, Mark? Or at least maybe even on the 14-yard side of the 13.
Yeah.
And right now it's on the 12.5.
It's on the 12.5. They might move it up to the 13. I mean, you know, it's just right. It feels like in these situations, always like, oh, we have to have, you know, good evidence to move it. It feels like there is good evidence to move it from the 12.5-yard line up, but where you put it at that point is kind of like, I think they're probably spotted right at the 13. Seems like the knee comes down before the ball. And then at that point, you place the ball down, and then you bring the chains out to see if that is, in fact, enough.
Further review, the ruling on the field stands. 4th down.
All right, well,
Virginia has called their charge timeout.
it is very difficult to overturn a spotting of a football, but it did look pretty clear on camera. Now, the one thing is this camera is not directly down the line of scrimmage, so that sometimes influences the replay officials. And great stop by Virginia and fantastic tackle by Cam Robinson in the open field on the best player on Louisville's team.
So now it'll be up to Carter Schwartz and his right foot to drive Virginia back. And Ethan Davies standing by on his own 45 to receive this kick. Low kick. Davies is going to take it on 2 hops. Spins out of 1 tackle and another, but finally the pursuit catches up with him at the 48. Season 5 premiere of All Access, the ACC Life, is coming up next week. You'll see features on Duke's women's volleyball team, the number 7 North Carolina men's soccer team, and the 7th-ranked Stanford women's soccer team. You'll get unprecedented access into the lives of the student athletes, coaches, staff, parents, and fans. It's all next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern, right after the Stanford-Louisville soccer match on the ACC Network.
They did a all-access ACC network around Syracuse's football team earlier this year. Man, that was so fun to watch.
Really cool to see Fran Brown in his first year as the head coach up there with the Orange. Got the orange at NC State later on tonight. Prime time pass behind Kobe Pace.
Mikhail Boley is back in the football game at left tackle for the Cavaliers. It's good to see him back. Again, mentioned missed the first 4 games of the year. They're very excited to have him back. You see that knee brace over top of the pads, and Kobe Pace is also back in the game.
Calandria, design quarterback draw, can't escape the defense though. Now you get the horse collar tackle. It looked there for a moment that
Richard Kinley right there, great, grabs the collar. And it'd be interesting if they say that he didn't seem like he dragged him straight down backwards, which is usually what they look like. Kind of spun him around.
Our officiating crew continues to talk things over. This is a big play because that's 15 yards if it sticks.
After further discussion, there is no foul for horse collar tackle. 3rd down.
Yeah, it's because the defender didn't grab him from the back and pull him straight down. You know, you can get your hand up around that collar, but it looked like Kinley swung him around, and he had the hand on the other side of the jersey as well. Good job with the discussion by the officials.
Now the game clock rolls. Calandria can't get anywhere on his own. And that was 3 plays right there that Virginia would like to forget about. Donna J. Green on the tackle. And now Louisville is going to smartly call a timeout. Can't take them with you. With 34 seconds, they're going to force a punt here from Virginia.
Yeah, and you think back to that, opting to go for it on 4th down rather than kick the field goal. I mean, this is a low-scoring game. You could be Virginia right now up 10-7, potentially going into half.
Mentioned Syracuse at NC State tonight at 8 o'clock in Raleigh. BC and Virginia Tech got a couple of running quarterbacks in that one on Thursday on ESPN, and then Florida State and Duke, the Friday night primetime game on ESPN too.
Remember playing at Lane Stadium on Thursday night back in 2007. Matt Ryan was our quarterback. It was the most electric place I've been in my entire life, my whole career. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, enter Sandman on a Thursday night. That's big time. Maury Huggins-Bruce is going to pick this one up on a hop from his own 7, tackled right there. Good coverage by the Cavaliers, so 29 seconds left. And it'll be up to Coach Brom and Louisville to see what they want to do here. I think, I don't know, what do you think, Mark? 93 yards with just 29 seconds. If you had a little bit more time.
Well, this is a pro-style offense, right? You have to try to get a play right off the bat where it's either an easy completion on a screen or a draw to your running back and see what you get. And at that point, you make the decision, okay, if we get 15 yards here, then we can have the ability to throw the ball to the sideline or potentially pick up another 40 yards. They have 2 timeouts left. I'm assuming this is going to be a run play or a quick pass to see what they get.
Shuck under center. Hand it off to Watson. They only get a couple, and I imagine that'll be it. Final seconds ticking off the clock here in the first half, and Coach Brom and company will be content to let it run down to 3-0 and head to the locker room, all tied at 7 apiece. Isaac Brown standing by at the 1-yard line, set to return for the Cards. He'll get an opportunity. Sidesteps a would-be tackler, brought down at the 20. Mark Hertzler, Chris Cotter with you, and it's a really close game. So you mentioned the 4th down that Virginia went for, it didn't get it. I think points are going to be at a premium here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's really been a game that's leaned towards Virginia's style of play a little bit more than Louisville's. Louisville really capitalized on the explosive plays, but both teams right now have lacked the explosive plays, especially in the pass game, averaging under 10 yards per reception. If Louisville wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to hit on some more of these deep balls as this third quarter progresses.
Yeah, and one of the things that this Virginia coaching staff talked about a lot when we spoke to them during the week was prevent Louisville from going up top. And they've done that. They haven't been able to really go to Ja'Cory Brooks up top during the entire first half. And again, a short pass here to start the second. Coley Harvey standing by on the field.
Hey, Chris, I had a chance to talk with both coaches, and Virginia head coach Tony Elliott, he shared with me what he told his offense earlier this week. He said, we have to think small to win big. He said that self-inflicted wounds like taking sacks on third downs and all the costly penalties, they've got to clean that up in this second half.
Shuck hits Brooks, then he gets free. Still on his feet deep into Virginia territory, tries to dink a defender and does before finally being brought out of bounds inside the 20. Kendron Smith ran him down, but 61 yards, and just like that, exactly what Virginia feared the most.
Yeah, and it was a missed tackle, poor tackle, and Caleb Hardy comes over and just body blows Ja'Cory Brooks. And Ja'Cory Brooks, he's a big wide receiver, does a good job of bouncing off and picking up a huge game for Louisville.
Shuck gives to Brown. Stutter steps his way down to the 11. Coley, what else is going on?
Yeah, also, I spoke with Louisville head coach Jeff Brom, and he actually said what Mark just mentioned, the explosive plays. We're missing that in the first half. We've got to come out and get a few of those, and certainly we saw that right here to start the second half, guys.
Yeah, they got one already. Now they're in the red zone again. Second down and 4. Flags come from all over the place as Brown picks up a couple.
Holding. Offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Peter Nigra, the guilty party, the center rather, and penalties killed Louisville in the first half, and they're doing it again here to start the second.
You see Nigra here at the point of attack, just gets his hands inside the shoulder pads, working on Jameer Carter. Easy flag thrown, and that hurts Louisville after that huge play.
Second and 14.
I mean, look at the cushion they're giving for Ja'Cory Brooks.
Shuck rolls out that way. Brooks had a double move in the end zone, wasn't open. Instead, Shuck tried to hit the underneath receiver, and flags come flying. Hardy was in coverage on Lacey. You can see the dejection from number 2 in blue.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. Automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
It's close call. Let's take a look. Watch number 2. Caleb Hardy, he makes contact with the receiver and doesn't turn his head back before the ball gets there. Good call by the officials.
First down for the Cardinals. Now another flag.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 0. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Our referee, Tim Hedgepeth, is going to need a lozenge here in a minute.
Been a lot of these pre-snap penalties for Louisville.
Third false start already. Now Coach Brom puts Duke Watson in. Another one of the true freshman running backs. Watson went to Mary Persons in Forsyth, Georgia. Fake to Watson. Shuck has Brooks. Can't squeeze it. Kendron Smith on coverage. The transfer from Penn.
Yeah, good play fake by Shuck. Got the linebackers pulled up. He had what he wanted. But just a better play by Kendron Smith. Watch number 7 step up. Okay, you got a lane. Jonas Sanker just puts it a little bit behind his wide receiver. If he leads that out in front of Ja'Cory Brooks, he might have a chance of pulling that one in.
2nd down and goal. For all the penalties, that's where we are, but it's from the 13. Shuck rolls. Still looking to the end zone, to the corner. Brooks just beyond his reach. That's putting it in the spot and letting your best receiver go get it. Just couldn't quite make it happen.
Yeah, but Tyler Shuck, he had Ja'Cory Brooks open earlier. Watch him right here earlier in the play. Just, you got to get your eyes around a little earlier. Rolling out to the left, difficult throw. That one should have been come down with by Ja'Cory Brooks. Could have gotten it a little bit easier for his wide receiver. They'll bring up 3rd down and very long. Same situation Calandry was in. Do not put the ball in harm's way here if you're Tyler Shuck.
Shuck has time, going to the end zone for Bell. A little bit of a tug of the jersey, but no call. That one may have been similar to the Virginia one in the first half on the other end zone where it was uncatchable, and that's why the official kept the flag.
It kept in shine. You know, he didn't grab jersey. He kind of did a vet move. You got to grab the hips, with both hands. And watch on the bottom of the screen. You get a little move there. I don't know if there's much contact right there. You see the 2 hands on right around the hips? And that should have been called, but got away with a little vet move there.
It'll be a 31-yard try for Brock Travelstead to give Louisville their first lead of the day. The snap is good, the hold is good, and Travelstead is good. Louisville has lived on explosive plays all year long. They finally got one this afternoon, and it was Ja'Cory Brooks breaking a tackle, going 61 yards to set up the Cards for the go-ahead field goal. They're up 3.
But just didn't come away with any points.
Sanker's going to take this one out. And he's going to pay the price for doing it. Doesn't even get to the 15. Look at the drive summary for Virginia. We mentioned out in the opening kickoff, right down the field to score, but since then, they had the downs. That was the long drive you're talking about there.
Yeah, that one there, right? You kick a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 3, and huge momentum shift. I mean, everything changes. You're up in the score, a different philosophy going into halftime. And then Louisville comes down and has that big play. Great job by your defense to hold them to 3 points. But this could be a tied game right now.
Noah Vaughn starts the second half at tailback for Virginia. He goes out in the pattern. Calandria looking to pass. Instead, he tucks it and is dropped for a loss by Purrier.
Raymond Purrier working on Mikhail Boley, the left tackle, and just bull rushes him back. Gets to Calandria for another sack.
That's 3 on the day. You correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. I get the feeling that this Louisville front four is starting to pin their ears back a little bit and come after Calandria, but then he'll do something like this to you and pick up the first down.
That's when this Virginia Cavalier offense is at its best, when it's not just drop back pass type situations. You get Calandria a little option. This is a pure zone read. There's no passing routes on that. It's not an RPO type offense. That's difficult for these linebackers to adjust to.
Big first down for Virginia to start this drive and get him out of a little bit of trouble. Calandria over the middle. Nice job defensively. He was trying to get it to Fields, and it was knocked away by Corey Thornton. How about Thornton? 38 starts at UCF. All that experience transferring here to Louisville.
Yeah, and being able to find guys like that in the transfer portal, it's so big. You get guys with experience. He's played in 47 of those games.
Vaughn dances his way for 5. Stanquan Clark limits him to just that, but it's 3rd and 5. Xavier Brown back in for the Cavs. That's Fields in motion. Calandria to throw, feels the pressure. Almost a fantastic catch by Fields, but he can't bring it in. Would have been shy of the first down anyways. It'll bring a punt for Virginia.
And that play was made by Ashton Gelati, the defensive end. Had a nice move, pass rush. Got in the face of Anthony Calandria, and he just was not able to bring the arm all the way forward as much as he would have wanted to. And Ashton Gelati already has a sack in this game, and you see him at the end. That was okay, right? I didn't get a rough of the passer.
Colin Lacey back to return this punt. Sparks will give it a ride. It's low, bounces off a player, and Sparks tries to pick it up. Louisville will have possession at the 14-yard line. That's twice today that Sparks has punted a ball right into the back of a defender.
He's hurt.
He tried to make something out of a terrible situation, and he paid the price for it, and it's going to be Louisville ball in the red zone.
Yeah, it's a tough play for him. I mean, it was his fault they were in a terrible situation. He just tips off of the inside of his foot. I mean, a poor kick, and then he tries to go make a play on it. Looks like he hurts his shoulder.
We'll step aside. Louisville back in business when we come back. Deflected off of his own player. And that was eventually Louisville's ball right about that spot. And then this just moments ago, again off the back of his own player, a lineman. Charlie Patterson's looking around like, what was that?
No, but that, punting is currently a liability for Virginia, and that's a huge issue. If you're playing this low-scoring game and it's a field position battle, I mean, you punted the football and you gave Louisville the football at the 14-yard line.
And Shuck and Isaac Brown are right back at it. Brown inside the 10, he'll score.
What a great job by Louisville's offense, really the entire team, right? You get the stop in defense, field goal block. You don't really block the field goal, but you come up with a terrible punt, and then you convert it right into a big play run for a touchdown. I mean, you talk about momentum shifts, and it really started on that fourth down when Virginia went for it on fourth down in that second quarter. I keep going back to that moment, but that really started the momentum swing in Louisville's favor, and they've kept that train rolling.
And Travelstead keeps it rolling for one more. Louisville increases their lead to 10. Take another look at the score.
Yeah, an outside play, you get the bunch, really good blocking on the outside by the wide receivers. And I think the best part about it was they didn't hold, right? They got into positions where it could have possibly been a hold. On the outside, they get their hands off when they need to.
And Jamari Johnson, one of the tight ends, more known for being a pass-catching tight end, a heck of a block on the edge.
He's had three really good blocks so far in this game. That's something they're working with Jamari Johnson on. He had great hands coming out of Englewood, California. And look at Isaac Brown, what he's done today, averaging 8.6 yards per carry, which is actually below his season average of 9.3 yards per carry. Came in 5th in the nation in that category.
One of the top running back recruits in the country this past year. True freshman, Coach Braum. Both Coach Braums talk a lot about his work ethic. Now he came in not thinking anything was owed to him, being a 4-star recruit, and has earned his role as a starting tailback in this offense, and it's a prolific offense, and he's a big part of it.
And he's 5 yards away from having his 3rd 100-yard rushing game of the season.
Coming up later tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern right here on the ACC Network, Syracuse at NC State, live from Carter Finley Stadium. It's always an interesting game when the Cuse gets on the road and plays away from the Dome, and then NC State at 3-3 on the year. At times, they've looked just completely discombobulated, and defensively too, Mark. I think that's the biggest surprise is they have been a sieve at times on defense. Let's see against that offense for Syracuse, how they come outside. I'm curious about that.
They're going to have to step up. It is a high-powered passing attack for Syracuse, who threw the ball 63 times last week.
Calandria trying to sidestep his way to an opening, can't find anything. Tamari McDonald coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, a lot of shake, and then he got baked by McDonald. I mean, he just put him right down. And this play is big, right? Louisville has all the momentum. This second down play, you got to give yourself a chance on third down. They have not converted on third down so far in this half.
Calandria, it's pace out of the backfield. He does just that with 5 yards, so it'll bring up 3rd and 5. Coley Harvey's on the field.
Yeah, Chris, I was just checking in on the Virginia medical tent. That is where their punter, Daniel Sparks, is in. Just as he was going into the tent, I noticed Sparks flexing his left wrist and hand as he was walking in. I also noticed a very sizable bump beginning to form on that hand, so we're going to keep an eye. I will also note the backup punter, Elijah Slybeck, has already been warming up on the side. We'll see if he goes in if they punt.
Yeah, Sparks tried to corral the ricochet on that punt. I think that's where he got hurt. Mikhail Boley is back down on the field, and you could see the disappointment from Tony Elliott. He knows the importance that having his starting left tackle healthy is going to be for the remainder of this game, and for the second time, Boley's gone down.
Yeah, and I think the other part of it too is Jack Whitmer, who filled in for Boley. He did pretty good in the first couple games, and so if Boley's going to continuously go in and out and in and out, you kind of would like to get Jack Whitmer some reps so he gets in a groove, rather than coming in, kind of cold on third down and trying to have to block, Ashton Gelati or Raymond Puryear and just these pass rushers for the Louisville defense.
There's Whitmer, started as a tight end, came from Cy-Fair, that's in the Houston area. Grew out of that tight end position. Now he's 298 pounds to go along with that 6'7" frame. He's back in there at left tackle as Boley makes his way to the sideline. 3rd down.
And he's got to block Tramel Logan, who leads the Cardinals in sacks.
Showing pressure off the edge. They still bring just 4, though. Calandria has a 1st down, gets it in the hands of the freshman Cam Courtney.
Yeah, big patient conversion by Anthony Calandria. He knew the coverage. He knew that he was going to get a man-to-man on his wide receiver, and good patience to hit him for the 1st.
Now they want to use a little bit of tempo here. Watch out on the edge. That's a hold.
Hey, that was as much of a hold as you can get on Blake Steen.
Right.
Number 54 working on Ashton Gelati.
Holding. Offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Well, at least you could say he didn't let his quarterback get killed.
Didn't let his quarterback get killed. You also would have lost yards. See on the left side of your screen, Ashton Gelati, really good push-pull move, and that's I've never seen anything like that.
I've never seen a more obvious hold, and he didn't even care.
No, but to this point, right, you got your quarterback killed, you'd lose it down, you'd lose yardage. Maybe it was the best thing he could have done in that situation.
It's 1st and 20 after the 10 yards are marched off. Calandria rolls the pocket just a little bit to his left. A little miscommunication between he and tailback Kobe Pace. And they can't connect. Ashton Gelati's really getting a good push on that left side right now.
Well,
on every play.
And I think he's in the head of Blake Steen. You beat him so bad, he has to tug of war, pull you to stay away from the quarterback, and then you bull rush them, and it's every single play they're having to get an extra O lineman or a running back over to chip. Now at an empty set, it's going to be all on Blake Steen to control Gelati.
Calandria, it's the tight end. It's about going to be a short pickup of about 5 as Tyler Neville makes another catch. This is 3rd and long.
And Ashton Gelati was in the face of Calandria again. Good job of getting the football out quickly, but no time for any routes to develop down the field. If I'm Virginia, I'm keeping a running back or tight end in to block and running a 3-man route down the field.
Pace is that running back in the backfield with Calandria here on 3rd down and 14. Calandria to throw, has to step up. Has his man downfield. It's Fields who makes the catch. First down into Louisville territory.
Well, it was a good job, and you see Kobe Pace leak out to the flat, and that influences the corner. Quincy Riley comes down and plays just underneath of the deep route by Malachi Fields, and good job by Calandria moving his feet and creating an easy throw for him to the sideline.
Well, maybe that gets the Wahoos going. Calandria looking to throw again. He'll step up and run again. And a lot of room. Slides down. They'll mark him at about the 38. Good pickup of 7 yards on first down. And he wants to go quickly. Had to wait for his tight end to get back into the formation. Louisville looking for a little bit of pressure. Calandria hits Fields. Inside the 20. It took MJ Griffin to prevent a touchdown, but Virginia's cooking with gas down.
It looked like Tayon Holloway, the transfer from UNC, who missed that first tackle. But again, you see the strength of Malachi Fields being able to break the tackle easily on the outside. Yeah, that should be a tackle. Malachi Fields so big and strong, he breaks away, picks up a big gain.
Calandria's 5 of 6 for 64 yards on this drive. There you see Fields' numbers. Back in the red zone are the Cavaliers. Oh, beautiful play by this Louisville defense. Pace drop for a loss. It's Jared Dawson.
I mean, Jared Dawson does a phenomenal job of his get off on the football. You see him right here. He just does a great job with the inside move, getting his shoulder down and ripping through the tackle. I mean, that is a big man play in the backfield. Great hit.
Dawson, he doesn't even care about that jersey. Like, that thing is just like a necessary evil for him in terms of having to wear it, right? It's like, I got to wear this, just throw it on, however you want to put it on. You know, work to do in the trenches. 2nd and 13. Calandria looking to the end zone. As his receiver come back to it, but that was just solid coverage by Corey Thornton. We've mentioned Corey Thornton's name a lot today.
Yeah, he's been playing really well for this Louisville defensive backfield. Another 3rd down and long. They sub Gelati back in. He sat out those first 2 plays on 1st and 2nd down. He is now back in on the field right here at the bottom.
Calandria looking to throw pressure up the middle. Pace, can he do it on his own? He's got a blocker in front of him, but he won't get anywhere close to that first down. Once again, this Louisville defense bends, but they don't break in the red zone, and they'll force a field goal attempt from Virginia.
A great job by Louisville, continuously making negative plays for Virginia on that drive, and just too many for Virginia to overcome.
31-yard try for Bettridge. And the junior from Miami is true. Virginia gets a much-needed drive and 3 points at the end of it. They still trail by 7 at the 5:26 mark of the 3rd quarter.
Where they are in terms of 4 wins, because that usually does not lead to success. And you know, they're sticking in this game, and you know, luckily their defense has been playing well for the most part, keeping Louisville not so high on the scoreboard.
Sparks with a nice kick out of the back of the end zone. Louisville will take over, but first, let's get more football. Brought to you by Geico. A look at the biggest games of the weekend. This nightcap right here is going to keep me up late. Kansas State and Colorado, they're going to put a lot of points on the board. There's no question about that. Anything can happen in this Ole Miss LSU game. I mean, really. Peter Burns from the SEC Network, that's exactly what he said earlier in the week. He's like, I have no idea what's going to happen in that game, but it could be anything and nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of games that we call. I mean, that's kind of what college football is nowadays. I mean, you got a lot of really good players and a lot of really good teams, and you also get that middle of the pack that really anyone could beat anyone, any game.
And we're still trying to figure out who the really good teams are. I don't think we necessarily know. As Louisville again tries to go up top, they had success with an explosive in the last possession, and it was Brooks who brought him downfield on a 61-yard catch and run. Can't connect there. Looks like we may have a flag down on the play. Yeah, we do. Can't see it. Covered up by the sideline.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 0. The penalty has been forced half the distance to the goal. The down counts, 2nd down.
Couldn't see it, Mark. It was Chris Bell, and it was behind the play.
And you wonder if he did something or said something. I mean, it was so away from the play. It's just one of those kind of bonehead moves. That's the 2nd penalty on Chris Bell. He had a false start earlier in the game, and you know, he's a player that they really wanted him to get going. They wanted production from him, and yeah, man, that is a costly penalty.
Here we go again. Penalties are killing Louisville in this game, and now they're back to 2nd and 23 because it was a dead ball, so it's tacked on after the play. Shuck to throw and got hammered. That was Amari Huggins-Bruce, and Jonas Sanker was right there to meet him.
Jonas Sanker and James Jackson, they both got a shoulder on them. When you talk about vice tackling, check this out, young players out there. Boom! Great play by 2 leaders of this defense. And that'll bring up 3rd and a mile.
Empty backfield for Shuck. Virginia not showing added pressure. They come with just 4. Shuck has all kinds of time. Now going downfield where he's got 2 men down there, and it falls incomplete. Jam Jackson in on coverage for the Wahoos. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, it was just a Hail Mary ball from Tyler Shuck. He had 2 guys down there, and UVA had 2 guys. Yeah, I guess he figured, hey, if they intercept it, it'll just be like a punt.
High kick. Davies is going to call for a fair catch at his own 39, and that's where Virginia will take over. Help people affected by Hurricanes Milton and Helene. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help so many in Florida, and particularly Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, parts of North Georgia, recover from these 2 terrible hurricanes. We have a beautiful day here today. It's about as nice as we've had in months. Beautiful fall day. It's finally here. Virginia fans hope it ends even more beautiful than it is right now, but they still have some work to do. Calandria. Let's check back in with Coley down in the field. What's going on, Coley?
Guys, after during that last drive, Virginia left tackle Mikhail Boley, you saw him leave the field during that Cavaliers drive. He went into the medical tent for evaluation, and when he came out, he had an ice pack on his right knee.
Fields into Louisville territory. Appreciate that, Coley. Could be Jack Whitmer for the remainder of the game at left tackle for Virginia. Fields starting to get a little bit more involved here in the 2nd half, Mark. And it's no coincidence that Virginia's moving the ball a little bit. Calandria trying to go downfield, just throws it away as he had Courtney in the pattern.
Yeah, you mentioned Malachi Fields, 6 receptions, just hit the 100-yard mark for this game. That's his 2nd 100-yard receiving game. Sorry, 3rd 100-yard receiving game of the season. Had a monster game with 148 versus Wake Forest.
Give the pace. Gets a couple. Virginia 6 of 14 on third down so far today. Fields in the slot at the top of your screen. Andre Green, the North Carolina transfer, up top. Calandria to throw. He's looking that way. Fields down at the 31.
He is so big. And when he gets a defender behind him on his back, he just kind of posts him up. Good job creating separation. Big reception. It was Tavion Nicholson that was working on him. It's really been a battle of two top receivers in this game, and Malachi Fields so far has topped Ja'Cory Brooks on the stat sheet.
Calandria under center. Fields looking to pass. Are they going to give him the catch? They are. They're going to mark it down. And Tyler Neville with an outstanding catch. 22 yards downfield.
Well, how about that? Malachi Fields, he was a quarterback in high school. Looks like he might be a long way from some of those quarterback throwing days, but hey, what a catch by Tyler Neville.
Virginia wanted to go quickly, but the play was blown as the replay is going to take a look at it.
Yeah, and we talked about Tyler Neville and kind of his story. I mean, this kid, he was born without hearing. By the time he was 18 years old, he had over 20 surgeries to help correct his hearing. And then back in 2016, as a freshman,
The first of the half, in 30 seconds.
as a freshman in high school, he gets diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, goes through chemotherapy, is able to beat the cancer by the end of his treatments, and goes to Harvard, graduates from Harvard, and now he's making a huge impact for this UVA team. And you see him there with, you know, his port being flushed, and I know exactly what that feels like, and even looking at that picture for Tyler Neville, it just, you know, kind of brings back those scary moments of, you know, chemotherapy as I went through my own cancer treatment. So watching him come back and playing at this level is nothing short of a miracle.
See his big day. That play stands as originally called. First and goal for Virginia. Calandria looking to the end zone. That one just too high for Neville to bring down. Once again here in the red zone, Mark.
It's just been so hard for them, and it feels like the running game stalls out. So much of that QB read, QB zone, Calandria is able to pull the ball down and run. He has not been as successful when you get down in this tight area space with his own run game.
They'll give it to Pace. Louisville pursues in fine fashion. Picks up about 4 down to the 5. It's 3rd and goal.
This is a fast Louisville defense, and they've had issues over the past few years, but they've always been a fast defense, and trying to beat them to the edge with Kobe Pace, that's just not gonna get it done. It brings up 3rd and long, and I think you want to try find Malachi Fields if you can, try to get him a one-on-one matchup.
He's at the top of the screen right now. Calandria looking that way. The pump fake. Now tries to go back shoulder, incomplete.
And Calandria, you knew he was going to throw to Malachi Fields the whole time, and a little bit low, almost connected on that one. Good coverage on the outside, but another trip down in the red zone that was thwarted. You see this really good job on the outside. Got a little way with a little bit of a pull by Corey Thornton.
Now Bettridge back in, 23 yards this time. And he puts it through. Virginia has to settle for 3, but back-to-back drives yielding points, and they inch ever so closer to Louisville.
See the frustration on Calandria's face. You know, he knew he had the matchup they wanted. They got the one-on-one. Physical play by the big corner, Corey Thornton. You see the red zone offense, you know, 3 of 4, but you know, anytime you have to settle for field goals down inside the 10, I mean, those feel like losses, right? You got points, but they feel like they were unsuccessful trips.
And again, they'll be back on their defense now to keep this, what is typically a high-powered offense, at least coming into this game for Louisville, off the scoreboard again.
Yeah, but you look at just, you got to think about this game, right? So many college football games, people are scoring 30, 40 points, so you feel like you need touchdowns all the time. Getting 3 points, right? I mean, you're right back in it.
It's the NFL mentality right there.
It really is.
Just keep it close. Give yourself a shot in the 4th quarter. We're 1 minute away from there. Coming up later tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern on the ACC Network, it's the Cuse and the Wolfpack from Raleigh. Carter Finley Stadium, to be exact. You can check it out on the ESPN app as well. So Wes Durham, Tom Luganville, Dana Boyle will be present for that one. That's just coming up later on this evening. Got a lot of football yet to be played here in Scott Stadium.
That's another place that gets raucous at night.
A great fan base, no question about it. Cardinals, Brown. With every passing week, Mark, I feel like the nation is getting more and more familiar with 25 and white.
It's kind of like, remember when Jawar Jordan, number 25 for Louisville, started getting going, and you're like, man, he's a little bit small, but then he just burst through the line of scrimmage with the wiggle. You saw that there from Isaac Brown. He is a good freshman, true freshman running back for them.
Shuck to throw, gets it out to Brown. That's going to be technically a run, but look at Brown. Speed on the outside, delivers the hit. Doesn't take the hit. 195 pounds. He delivers it to Kempton Shine. About 3 on the carry. And that's going to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Appreciate it. Start of the 4th quarter. Coach Elliott's defense is on the field right now, looking to get off, trailing by 4. Facing a 2nd down and 7. Now it's a 1st down and a whole lot more. Brown spun out of bounds after another big chunk play. Jam Jackson finally rode him out of bounds, but give Brown 18 more on the ground.
Yeah, he's starting this 4th quarter the way he left off the 3rd. Another big play by Isaac Brown, and you see just a really good job of finding the hole. He's great vision, good one-cut ability. Getting vertical on this Cavalier defense.
Duke Watson, another freshman, spelling Brown in the backfield for the Cardinals. Shuck pitches it to Watson. He's got blockers in front of him. That hole closed down quickly. Watson picked up a yard.
With these run success, you got to think it's going to open up a deep shot at some point for Tyler Shuck.
Shuck with the pump. He's got a tight end wide open down the field. That's Redmond. Kempton Shine finally was able to bring him down, but Mark Redmond, a transfer from San Diego State, showing what he can do with the ball in his hands. Big pickup.
Yeah, just an inside wheel route from him. You see him kind of fake the block and then sneak out down the numbers. Good play design again, coming off of the run success with the play action pass.
Louisville right back in the red zone. Watson lowers his shoulder inside the 15, down to the 13, 5 yards on 1st down. Virginia reeling a little bit here on defense.
Big fellas on that defensive line are getting up a little slowly.
Brown checking back in. Shuck gives it to him. Track down from behind. What a play by Chico Bennett.
Chico Bennett, great job coming off the edge of the offensive tackle and just flattens down the line. You see him here. He's just going to flatten right down the line of scrimmage and use his speed to get a big TFL, and that was huge for this Cavalier defense. And now this crowd in Scott Stadium's getting into it.
Keywan Brown in the backfield. Pressure comes. Down goes Shuck. Cam Robinson got there, and he's shaken up on the play.
And they run a little twist game in here, and it really leaves a clear opening off the edge for Cam Robinson, just untouched on his way to the quarterback. That's what happens when you release 5 out and you bring more blockers than they have. Good time to call the pressure by John Radzinski, the defensive coordinator. Cam Robinson looks like he's walking off all right.
40-yard kick for Brock Travelstead. Brady Hodges will hold. Gets it down, Travelstead. Missed it. Pushed it wide right. The lead remains 4 for the Cards. Virginia with possession, down 4 after the missed field goal. Look at what Virginia's done in the second half this season. Mostly good. 2 really good games where they came back in the fourth quarter. They trailed by 14 to both Wake and Boston College at one point. And then, of course, the Maryland game that they faltered, but still much better than last year where they were just awful in the fourth quarter. They've completely turned things around. Calandria, now he throws. He's got Cam Courtney and a flag down way behind the play. This, unfortunately, might be coming back. That's a huge play negated if it does.
After further discussion, there is no foul for offensive holding. The play results in a first down.
The flag is picked up. 27 yards is good to the freshman Cam Courtney.
Yeah, and watch Xavier Brown, the running back. He just gets run over. And I think that's what they called, that he pulled the defender down. And to me, that is a hold. You cannot pull the defender down to the ground like that. I would assume that the sideline for Louisville has got to be flabbergasted by why did they pick that flag up.
Now let me be a devil's advocate here. Is it possible that the defender just grabbed a hold of Brown's jersey and let Brown falling down take the defender down with it?
No.
I've seen that happen before.
Well, I've seen it happen, but they call it holding still.
Not in this case, they didn't. Virginia back in Louisville territory. Brown, not a lot of room to run on that play. Take another look at it. It's just number 10 here.
You know, you see Brown with his hand outside the jersey
and Benjamin
of
Perry's
the defender, and
yelling for the flag.
He has his hand wrapped around him. He basically tackles him. I mean, if he had his hands inside and just got run over, didn't pull him down, I could see that being a no call. But Virginia got very lucky on that one.
Calandria to throw. Fields sidesteps one tackler. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Clark and Thornton bring him down. Virginia wants to go quickly on 3rd and 1. They show pressure off the edge. Now we're going to get another costly flag.
False start. Offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. It's still third down.
Blake Steen, the guilty party.
That's a huge penalty on Blake Steen, and you talked about it, the lack of success that Virginia had last year in the fourth quarter, and this year outscoring opponents by 18 points in the fourth quarter. Much improved. They're finishing games the correct way, but having penalties in the fourth is very uncharacteristic for Virginia this year.
Especially on third down. It's now 3rd and 6. Pressure. Calandria has a man wide open. It's Brown. Still on his feet. Can Fields get him a block? He does, and Brown scores.
Third down and 6, and Ron English, the defensive coordinator, decides he is going to send all-out pressure, a zero pressure. And Xavier Brown leaks out from the running back position. Great job by Calandria finding his target, making the easy completion, and Xavier Brown takes it the distance.
Bettridge adds the point. Late flag on the play, late flag on the PAT. And another one. Now we're getting some frustration on the field coming out as you see Brown's touchdown.
And the way that play is designed defensively, it's a linebacker that's completely out of position for alignment, coming from inside out, trying to cover the running back. And just, unable to work through the traffic. Just a simple mesh route. But against man-to-man coverage, you got to be able to pass off the receivers.
The officials now working out. This was a post-PAT infraction or infractions. Tim Hedgemith is going to need a cryo chamber after this game.
There are multiple fouls after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 6. His first of the game. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 81, his first of the game. The penalty's canceled. The try is good. Timeout.
All that hullabaloo for nothing. Penalties will cancel each other out. The end result, Virginia now up top by 3. 10:03 remaining. 2017, Virginia on top. Isaac Brown from his 5. Sanker on the tackle.
Take a look at this last touchdown. You see here, this defender has the tight end. This defender that's coming off the edge has to have what they call peel alert. So when the running back comes out on the flare route, he has to come off of his pressure and take the running back. Just doesn't have his eyes in the right place, and that is a wide open pass for Anthony Calandria. Huge play, taking advantage of the all-out pressure that Ron English called.
Shuck to throw. Pressure's picked up. Trying to go deep to Brooks. Has him inside of Virginia territory. That was Bell. Check it. Chris Bell. And he wanted to make a big play in the worst way.
Oh, great job on the outside. You see the speed by Chris Bell getting behind the defense. And he is working against Jam Jackson, who's had a really good game. But Chris Bell with a huge catch after that personal foul penalty on the last drive.
Shuck rolling the pocket. Officials rule it a catch. Found his tailback, Donald Chaney. Now they're going to say incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Had a big play pass on the last drive. That one to Ja'Cory Brooks. Got held to a field goal. They missed that field goal after that long pass to see if they can get points on the board.
Shuck under pressure. Eludes it and gets the pass off, but it's going to be a loss anyway. James Jackson with the TFL after the catch.
Really odd-looking play from Louisville. They had all the routes that were being run towards the right side of Tyler Shuck. It wasn't until late that the tight end Redmond leaked out. It didn't look like Shuck was looking over to where the receivers were the whole time. James Jackson reads the QB's eyes and makes a great tackle.
Pressure on the edge. Shuck gets it away. Looking for Lacey, and it's intercepted.
What a catch by the freshman Ethan Minter. He went up top and just mossed him. What a play by Ethan Minter, the true freshman at Thomas Dale High School in Chester, Virginia. And after the big play pass again by Louisville, Virginia's defense steps up strong. This time, first time it was a missed field goal by Louisville. This time with the huge turnover created by Minter.
Pace. Look at Calandry in front giving him a block. Run out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
I mean, how about Virginia's defense? You think about last week, versus Boston College, they go down 14 points, then create 3 turnovers, 1.
2nd and 2 for Virginia. Look at the last 3 drives. It has been a whole lot more success for Virginia, even given those 2 field goals in the red zone compared to what Louisville's been able to do, which has not been much. And now Virginia facing a 3rd down deep in their own territory as Kobe Pace loses a couple. Oriente Davis on the tackle. Sorry, Mark.
This game really has come down a lot of times, 3rd down conversion success. And both teams are getting these negative plays on 2nd down, on 1st down. But Louisville has only converted 1 for 8 3rd downs in this entire game. Virginia a little bit more even at 8 for 17. Right around 50%.
Big 3rd down here. Calandry looking to throw. Now he steps up. Gonna have to do it on his own. Now he throws it and finds Pace.
What? Nice play by Anthony Calandria.
The flag is down on the far side, though, Mark. How close was he to the line of scrimmage?
That's what they're going to take a look at. He's at the 11-yard line when he throws it. It looks like the line of scrimmage. Let's just see where.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
That's what it was. The center, Brian Stevens, thought that he was going to run with it.
Yeah, look where the ball snapped, too. I mean, the ball snapped right at the 10-yard line. You see Calandria get past the 10-yard line with his entire body. Then he moves back. But you see all the offensive linemen downfield.
Yeah, 55 is 3 yards downfield when he throws it. So an interesting ad lib from Calandria. Ends up being, instead of a 1st down, it's half the distance back to the goal line, or maybe it might have been 5 yards, but it's 3rd and 8.
You got to be careful with the football. Again, anytime you have these third down and longs, especially in this dangerous part of the field, you cannot turn the ball over.
Calandria trying to get it to Fields, but throws it behind him. And Virginia will have to punt from inside their own end zone.
Yeah, and if I'm Louisville, I'm coming after this punt. I mean, Virginia has not shown that they can punt the football on the last 2 times out.
And it's Sparks back in there. He was shaken up a little bit on that last punt that hit one of his linemen in the back.
Last 2 punts have hit his own team in the back. This time his heels are on his own end line.
Amari Huggins-Bruce standing by on his own 40 or on the 47-yard line of Virginia, and Virginia's going to move back half the distance.
And that's a big deal. I mean, it's going to be 2.5 yards back, but that's going to shorten the snap and shorten the distance for Louisville to get to the kicker, to the block point.
Ball start. Offense number 20. The penalty is enforced, half the distance to the goal. Still 4th down.
And Louisville has everybody down around the line of scrimmage, and there are no gunners out on the field for Virginia. So even if they do get this ball off, Amari Huggins-Bruce is going to have an excellent opportunity to return this one.
Sparks gets it away, and it's a good kick. Huggins-Bruce muffs the punt, has to go back and retrieve it.
Whoa,
and now Jonas Sanker makes another great play on special teams.
What a play by Jonas Sanker. Special teams coaches all the time say once the ball hits the ground, go faster. Don't slow down and find out what happens. That's exactly what Jonas Sanker does. Huggins-Bruce just muffs this one. And then watch number 20 fly down like a missile. Huge tackle on special teams.
64 yards to flip the field on a 50-yard punt.
Why do they do that every time? That's the type of punt they should do every time.
The give to Cheney. Nope, that's Brown. Brown is dropped for a loss. Cam Robinson again living in the Louisville backfield.
These defenders for Virginia are just playing downhill with confidence. Cam Robin again coming up and making a big TFL. He is decisive as a linebacker. He's athletic. And he does an excellent job of bringing down shifty, quick ball carriers.
He's been banged up a couple of times tonight. Back in crunch time for the Wahoos. 2nd and 12, Shuck to throw. Has time and has a receiver. Lacey turns, 1st down to midfield. 19 yards on the pitch and catch. Got a Virginia player back behind the field. That is once about behind the play. That's Cam Robinson again, I just mentioned. He's been banged up a couple of times, and he's just fighting through it now, Mark.
Yeah, and you see Minter, who had the phenomenal interception, more of a freshman rookie type play there, missing the tackle. And that looks like it's actually Chico Bennett.
Yeah, you're right, 15, not 5, so not that it's ever good news when somebody gets hurt, but Bennett's going to trot off. Virginia hopes to get him back in there, one of their prime pass rushers.
Yeah, and he was one of the guys last week who had a big interception off of Tommy Castellanos for Boston College. It was the first interception by a defensive lineman at Virginia in 10 years. And he came away with that one.
Big 1st down for Louisville. Down near midfield, getting a little bit of that momentum back.
And James Jackson, number 7, looks like he's a little gimpy.
Shuck gives it to Brown. Looking for an opening and finds just a sliver of one. Give him 4 yards. Chico Bennett back in the game.
Watch James Jackson, number 7, a linebacker. Watch him walk. See this? He's got a little bit of a limp to him.
Right in the middle of your screen.
And he's the other linebacker. He just doesn't look fluid in his movements.
Shuck to throw. Looking for Brooks, coming back to the ball. Has him, but he can't make the catch right at the sticks. That was Bell again.
And that hit him right in the hands. Good sidearm release by Tyler Shuck. Gotta catch that one.
Right at the first down marker, too. 3rd and 7. Shuck to throw. Steps up underneath. Lacey makes one man miss, makes a couple of them miss enough to pick up the first down.
What a play by Cullen Lacey. Used his short area quickness to make a couple Wahoo defenders miss. We've already seen the tackling prowess of Jonas Sanker right there. Again, Minter on the miss. Jonas Sanker not able to get there.
Only the second 3rd down conversion on the day for Louisville. Couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Shuck is pressured. He's just going to have to throw this one away. Chico Bennett is obviously feeling a lot better. Put the pressure on Shuck and force the throwaway.
An opportunity for Shuck to go deep. Might have had a wide receiver deep behind Minter again. Now Minter has been subbed out of the game, and Caleb Hardy back in at that safety position.
Brown, full head of steam, a lot of room to run. Gets by Sanker and down to the 20. Kendron Smith finally brought him down, but was able to make a move on Sanker, pick up an extra 5 yards downfield.
A big explosive run, running behind that right-hand side, and good job with the kick-out block by Austin Collins, number 51.
Leaning on Brown here. Won't get back to the line of scrimmage on this run. Sanker along with James Jackson on the tackle.
He's hurt. He is in pain, but he is fighting. And Cam Robinson, we've seen him get banged up a little bit in this game. James Jackson a little banged up. And if I'm Louisville, and if I see that, if I'm the coaching staff and I see that, I'm trying to get my running back matched up one-on-one with these linebackers.
Shuck has a receiver inside the 10. There's a tight end, Jamari Johnson. He's made a couple of really nice plays in the blocking game on the outside in this game. Now takes it inside the 10, 1st and goal.
Yeah, big play by Jamari Johnson. Really been a big addition to this team this year. Redshirted last year, 6'5", 265-pound tight end with a very good acceleration and great hands.
Watson down to the 5. Just to reset it, Virginia with 3 timeouts on the board, Louisville with 2. We'll have the 2-minute timeout coming your way in 20 seconds. And Louisville is in no hurry here. They wanted that thing to get down to the 2-minute timeout, because if they score, whether it's 3 or 7, they don't want Virginia to have any time on the clock. And obviously they are in travel-stead field goal range right now. Coach Jeff Brom will let the clock wind down to 2. Back with an exciting conclusion from Charlottesville.
I'm getting into it. They're bumping AC/DC in the stands. Everybody's on their feet. Man, what a game we got.
Dwayne Martin, the tight end, now 2 tights in the backfield. Shuck is going to roll it and throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Jamari Johnson.
Virginia sold out against the run, and Jamari Johnson, after the big catch to pick up the first down, now leaks in the back of the end zone. Easy pass for Tyler Shuck, and That sure silenced the crowd here at UVA.
Travelstead to make it a 4-point game. And he does just that.
Check this out here. Here's Jamari Johnson. He's going to release right back here, but this is it, right? Watch Jonas Sanker's eyes. They are in the backfield, not on the man he's supposed to be covering. And that leads to a wide open wide receiver or tight end in the back of the end zone. Easy touchdown for Louisville and Tyler Shuck after they have been struggling to convert in the red zone. Lots of big plays by Jonas Sanker in this one, but that one, his eyes got lost. Great play call by Brian Brom, the offensive coordinator.
Johnson's first touchdown on the season. And now the Jonas will fall to Anthony Calandria and the Virginia offense. They'll have a minute 55, and they've got all 3 timeouts on the board. And they'll start from their own 25. It's all set up for fourth quarter heroics. They mentioned of it earlier. Struggles a year ago for Calandria as a freshman, in this Virginia team writ large in the fourth quarter outscored 114-54 last year in the fourth quarter, but it's been a reverse of that this season. They've come back twice in the fourth quarter, and this would be a massive comeback for them and keep them unbeaten in the ACC if they can score here. Calandria to throw. Underneath. Easy few yards for Cam Courtney. He'll pick up 8 on first down and get out of bounds. Louisville continues to bring just 4. Calandria thought about running it. Instead, it dumps it off to the freshman from Manassas again.
I mean, Calandria does such a good job of coming back to that late read, stepping up in the pocket, delivering a strike to Cam Courtney.
Calandria to throw underneath. That ball looked like it might have gotten tipped, but Fields was able to corral it anyways. Another 8 yards. Now they're near midfield.
These positive plays are so important on this drive, not settling for any negative yards or no gain plays.
And going really quickly. Calandria has Green. Another 13 yards. Corey Thornton in coverage. Virginia just methodically moving downfield. Still all 3 timeouts on the board. And continuing to bring just 4 in pressure. Nice defensive play on the outside by Riley.
Great break by Quincy Riley, and breaks the momentum that Virginia has going, and they're giving a little bit of cushion, and you see Riley, great job of coming back to the football as Malachi Fields waits for it a tad.
Now the Cards showing a little bit of pressure, and they bring it up the middle. It's picked up initially. Calandria. Oh, boy, that was... Corey Thornton almost picked that one off, and he might have been gone to the races. But if it gets by him, Fields might have been gone to the races.
Oh, yeah, Calandria wants that throw back. He chose to do kind of a low and outside throw, but that should have been picked off. If he just went over the top, as Malachi Fields had the upfield shoulder of Corey Thornton, that would have been a big play for Virginia. But after 2 massive PBUs by the defensive backs for Louisville, it sets up a 3rd and 10 for Calandria.
Again, Cards show pressure. They bring just 4. Calandria, back shoulder. Fields wasn't looking for it. It's 4th down. That's a rare moment of miscommunication between Calandria and his star receiver.
And you wonder if this pace of play has tired out these wide receivers at all.
Yeah, at this point, maybe you do call one of those 3 remaining timeouts, but it doesn't look like Tony Elliott and company are going to go that route.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Anthony Calandria isn't that type of guy who you want to have think too much about the play. Just go out there, call the play, let him try to execute.
Calandria now backing up, throws downfield. Almost a sensational catch. Instead, it's a fine defensive play by D'Angelo Hutchinson. And Louisville takes over on downs.
And how about that play? I mean, it's been Tyler Neville all night who has been that release valve for Anthony Calandria, and he comes across the field. It's just a lot of grabbing, a lot of pulling by the defensive back, and I really think that it was Hutchinson Jr. who got that pull and that hold on Tyler Neville. Officials are letting him play. I think UVA probably got away with one earlier, and this one Louisville might have. But after letting up a bunch of big plays down the field, great job by Louisville's defense getting their hands on these footballs and forcing the turnover.
Virginia will quickly call all 3 of these timeouts.
And what a stand by Ron English's defense. I mean, there have been so much talk about the defense and their struggles over the past 2 losses, the past 2 weeks. And Jeff Brom challenged his defense and challenged his defensive coordinator. Make things simple. Make the play calling a little bit more simple. Allow our players to get their cleats in the ground and line up and play ball. And on those last 4 plays of that series, they did just that. They got out there. They played solid defense, played fundamentally sound defense on the outside. And you see the emotion by these defensive backs for Louisville. Really, really solid game by them all night.
Duke Watson checking in the game late for the Cards. Louisville's got Miami next week up at Louisville. Watson still powering his way to the first down. He's going to get it. That's going to do it. No, they're going to mark him down before. Wow. They're going to mark that as forward progress stopped. I didn't see it.
I mean, I don't know how that happens.
But they're going to mark him down shy of the first down. And I guess the good thing for Louisville anyways, while they were figuring that all out, a lot of clock was running off.
I mean, let's take a look at this. He's not down there, and he's still moving forward.
Yeah, I don't see it, but still moving forward.
I mean, he never went down.
Never stopped moving forward.
Obviously, the whistle was blown at some point. It could have been right here where the whistle was blown. One more chance for Virginia's defense.
There's one more shot.
And I think right here, you kind of have to sell out to make this stop. Might leave an opening for a swing pass to a running back, but you got to sell out to try to stop this run.
With a freshman tailback, and they're going to give it to him. And he picks up the first down but it's enough. Yeah, keeping the players separated at this point. Cardinals won't even have to snap it again. That's going to do it. Our final score, Louisville 24, Virginia 20. Heck of a game here in Scott Stadium this afternoon. The Cardinals improved to 4-2 on the year. And it's 2-1 in conference.